So today we'll be customizing the VAPID Dominator GT, and this vehicle came out with the Chop Shop DLC. Now, upon my surprise, I didn't know that the vehicle was going to be a convertible when they said that the Mustang was making a return in GT Online. Because Grand Theft Auto has a few Dominators, and it's always either hit or miss. Now, this one is seeming to be more of a hit, but unfortunately, some people just don't like that convertible look to it. But I'm just going to try to spec this one out as best as possible. So for me, I tend to leave the roofs down on all my convertibles because I just don't like how the soft top looks. If more cars were like the Sentinel, where some of them have hard top convertibles, we'd actually appreciate them more. So for exhaust, as we see here, we do have titanium tipped exhaust from stock. So we're just going to leave those. Fenders, we're not going to touch any of these. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the rest of the options. Not bad, but we're just going to keep the stock ones. And that would mean I'll have to push this vehicle really hard for it to shoot flames. So we'll have to earn that backfire this time. So, okay, so front grille isn't too bad. A lot of selections here, 16 of them or 15 of them. And interesting. A lot of good options here. I think we're just gonna do something like this. Maybe the plastic one is the best option. Yeah, plastic lure. Okay. Hood. Hopefully we don't run into the issue of this actually locking me from being able to see the engine model. For some reason, I've been running into that a lot with the vehicles I review. So hopefully not, but if it does, I'll just switch the hood back to a stock hood, and then I'll show you guys the engine model. I have not looked at it yet, but we'll see what happens. The cowl does affect. You can't see through the cowl, or we could just do the race hood, which shows the engine model. But I'm just not really a fan of these, especially Mustangs, where you could put something with a cowl on it. So let's just do that. I would put red lights. Should we? Let's just say I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one red. So let's not put red lights just as yet. 53,000, not too bad for the price, of course. Black stripes, red edge stripes, not too bad. White stripes, VAPID graphics, Ron Racing. I could see someone pulling this off. Splatter livery, not too bad. Inverted splatter. Okay. I think we're gonna leave it clean here. Okay, mirrors, mud flaps, no. Let's do red on red, E-Cola. Never brag. Okay. So primary color doesn't control anything on mine because I just don't have any. Not primary. Secondary color doesn't control anything on mine because I don't have any secondary colored options. So wing is a bunch of choices here. Let's see here. We will do. These are some really good choices. I've seen some of these wings, most of them on actual real life Mustangs. So we're just gonna do something pretty stock looking here. And this car slides a lot, so I would recommend putting a wing on this car so it can have that grip. Okay, so not too bad. Then lower suspension, of course, competition suspension, reverse transmission, trunk. So I could get a trunk for $1,100, but I had to pay $18,000 plus for a spoiler. That makes no sense. Rockstar needs to update it pricing. Come on. Okay, so we're not gonna do any of these. We're gonna leave that off. Turbo tuning, of course. Vents. Interesting here. The stripe going out to the vent. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Okay. I think these are some really good options for this car. I think I'm gonna do a older choice of wheels, maybe chrome, because the car is red and it would actually complement the brake calipers very well if the wheels were chrome. Okay. The 59s do look good. Tons of solid choices, but I'm just still looking at this. Let's just do it. $56,000. Wow. Low grip tires, no. Bulletproof tires, no. Let's just leave those off. Let's do light smoke when we have the windows up, whenever that is. So yeah, after driving the car a bunch more around town, I've come to my conclusion that this is a really nice car, and it's deserving of the Dominator name. Even though it's convertible, and convertible cars kind of get a bad rep, this is a nice car. So in terms of muscle, this car drives pretty much similar to how I said the Buffalo EVX drives. It drives like a sports car in the muscle car class. So that's very empowering. So with the right driver, you have a better chance of catching the traditional muscle cars in that class, such as the Hellfire or maybe the STX. STX is a kind of, maybe. If you really know how to use STX, it's going to be a close race. But nonetheless, this is a nice car, and it's very quick for it not being an HSW car. I've seen it I'm thinking it's somewhat close to the HSW Vigor ZX. So that's pretty impressive, seeing that the car could actually come close to an HSW vehicle, because HSW is pretty much the go-to for anyone who's just seeking out the fastest vehicle. And if a vehicle has an HSW option, it's pretty quick or pretty capable of doing some good things. So, well, compared to non-HSW vehicles. So this is actually pretty close to those. It's right there. So it's in the category of non-HSW vehicles that could actually give you a challenge as a person who's driving an HSW vehicle. But you might be looking at yourself and saying, well, if I have $2.5 million, is this thing really worth it? And I may say no, because it's just not that good for me to justify you spending everything that you have to getting this car. So $2.1 million, I think that's pretty steep. That's hypercar money in GTA Online. What did I buy for $2.1 million? You could get a Krieger or the Italy RSX for that type of money. You could have like majority of the money, not all of it, but for majority of the money that they're asking for this, you could have some really nice cars in reach. So definitely the only complaint about this thing is the price. It is nice. I wish it was hardtop, or I wish they had that hardtop option. But I managed to make this car look decent enough so I could actually excuse the fact that it is a convertible. And I kind of see this thing growing on me. I do like how mine has came out. I'm granted to see some that looks completely hideous, so it's pretty much inevitable. Let's see what the engine model is, because I did have to change the hood back to the stock hood because the cowl hood had a hood pin on it. I don't know if that's a glitch or what, but let's see. So looking at it, this is actually a really good visualization of what a Coyote engine would look like, or a Mustang engine would look like. So Rockstar did a pretty good job. You could tell that someone at Rockstar enjoys certain vehicles, so they put in certain levels of effort. This is one of the vehicles that they enjoy, because some cars just get the engine head and then it's just a lot of blob around it. I don't know if you guys noticed that. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about it down below.